The Point Lonsdale Surf Lifesaving Club is a beloved public asset, having served the community by volunteers for over 70 years. Located at the intersection of Ocean and Buckley's Road, it sits alongside the coastal dune and enjoys a pivotal position in the gateway between the Point Lonsdale Surf Beach and the coastal residential village beyond. The clubhouse forms an important relationship with the Back Beach base from which the club operates its patrol and lifesaving activities. After a day at the beach, lifesavers and beachgoers can return to the clubhouse via the access road over the dune, and it became evident to us that this informal approach presented civic opportunities. The club had outgrown their much-loved existing facilities, and the ad hoc collection of buildings were too small, no longer fit for purpose, provided limited disabled access, and in some instances were becoming unsafe. The club had been campaigning and raising funds for a new clubhouse for a number of years. Beyond functional and spatial requirements, the brief was also to foster relationships between community volunteers and visitors, provide a hub of year-round activity, and enhance the club's reputation as one of the state's most effective surf lifesaving bodies, and to provide an exemplar of coastal environmental and socially sustainable development through high-quality design and amenity. Key moves for the site included the following: dividing the site diagonally to create a triangular built form volume that accommodates a significantly increased functional program whilst maintaining a large communal lawn fronting Ocean Road and the dunes beyond. Activating the street corner with a small triangular kiosk that serves both the street and the lawn. Enhancing the public realm by eroding the ground floor volume to create a highly permeable ground plane with a legible lobby, ease of access, and undercover community spaces. Continuing this erosion to the upper level to create an expansive and dynamic deck with views across the lawn, adjacent reserve, and towards the coastal dune. And finally, defining these eroded edges as a civic veranda utilising 7-metre high glulam columns and adding an apron of ground level seating terraces and ramps providing access for all and an activated edge to the club lawn. The triangular ground floor footprint accommodates patrol vehicle garaging and aquatic storage, change rooms, junior lounge, admin office and kiosk. Circulation is efficiently kept to a minimum, yet generously connects the street to the veranda and communal lawn to the west. The services yard along the northern boundary allows for back of house functions and washdown area, safely separating these activities from the more public lawn spaces to the west. Perimeter tanks for the CFA access and rainwater retention and reuse sit along the western boundary. The site can be entered from either Buckley's or Ocean Road. The first floor plan accommodates a club meeting room, toilets, and a multifunction space that is a bar that also is served by a bar and commercial kitchen. The multifunction space opens onto the large and dynamic upper level undercover deck that enjoys sweeping views to the coastal dune beyond. Here's an east elevation of Buckley's Road, which includes the primary entry and a large window to the club meeting room at the upper level. Whereas the Ocean Road elevation demonstrates the civic veranda addressing the dunes. And a sectional elevation demonstrates the double height entry lobby and void connecting ground floor with the upper level and verandas at both levels. As a cost-sensitive community project, we set out to achieve a number of sustainable initiatives from simple first principle approaches. These include west-facing decks protected by deep verandas and eave overhangs, external timber screens and shading to northern glazing, and daylight allowed deep into the plan via roof light, cross-flow ventilation through louvered and sliding glass windows, services connections for future provision of rooftop solar, a 30,000 litre rainwater tank for providing reusable water for toilets and washdown, and FSC certified timber specified, being spotted gum. Material choices were kept simple and robust to withstand the harsh coastal environment while referencing the local vegetation and coastal vernacular. I love the shot, which shows the concrete slab and foundations, which are really carved out of and eroded, a bit like the coastal dune vegetation is eroded in the foreground. Construction systems include ground level blockwork walls around the aquatic store, but mainly lightweight steel and timber framing, as well as 7-metre high timber glulam columns along the west facade. Reflecting close collaboration between the club, consultant team and a builder passionate about timber detailing, the project resolves complex fire separation and BEL 19 bushfire rating requirements for a lightweight structure, whilst meeting the project budget. The design team worked hand in hand with the committee through extensive value management workshops, and many goods and services were offered and provided on a low bono or pro bono basis. And here's a view from the dunes during construction, with the simplicity and clarity of the triangular geometries becoming evident. To the project completed, and the building is seen from the crest of the dune on the way back from the Back Beach base, nestling gently into the coastal environment. The civic address of the Ocean Road facade and veranda. This is the primary face of the building for most beachgoers returning from a day over the dunes. Importantly, the fence and gates can also open up to allow direct access to the communal lawn. Onto the corner of Ocean and Buckley's Road, showing both their beachside and suburban frontages of the building. The approach to the building from the north, from Buckley's Road to the north, with the coastal dunes as a dramatic backdrop. The timber is designed to fade and weather over time, further merging the building with its environment. A patrol vehicle garage and aquatic store opens directly onto Buckley's Road with a grass verge reinforcing the relaxed and casual nature of the clubhouse within this environment. Washdown facilities and IRB motor hoists are located on the Northern Services Yard, providing functional amenity in a zone that is safely separated from the lawn spaces. Returning to the quarter, we can now see how the building addresses and activates its street frontages at ground level. The kiosk addresses Ocean Road and entry ramp with public seating addresses Buckley's Road. At the upper level, the club meeting room looks east towards the lighthouse. Double height entry void links the street to the east, the lawn veranda to the west, and provides access to the upper levels. Walking through the glazed entry, we arrive at the ground level veranda with terrace steps onto the lawn. And access is also provided to the upper levels via an external stair. Builders spend a lot of time crafting and finessing the timber detailing. A small nook at the top of the staircase and onto the upper veranda. A generous and flexible space that caters for social as well as functional club activities with direct connection to the multi-purpose hall beyond. And views from the veranda back to the dune and back beach base. Internal spaces include the communal room, kids lounge and committee meeting room. The simple reductive palette is continued here with timber straps over plaster echoing the simple fibro shacks in the area. Back down onto the lawn in the late afternoon, an escarpment edge silently waiting for activation with a kiosk window ready to serve. In summer, the facility comes alive and becomes a vibrant hub and focal point for community gathering. Afternoon and post-beach drinks are to be had on the veranda, whilst the lawn accommodates food trucks and roaming activities for all. Beyond the social, the spaces have also been designed to assist and support a myriad of club activities, including inductions, registration, CPR courses, and other training activities. And both the lower terraces and upper veranda are regularly in action. And all the while, there is a relaxed casualness to the way the building interfaces with the street and the community, with fences and edges becoming clotheslines and places to lean your bike, while the kiosk serves beachgoers and club members alike. In conclusion, we've endeavoured to create more than just a clubhouse. This is also a community space, a gateway to the beach, and a public veranda on the edge of the dunes. This is an authentically public building, a casual coastal building that is appropriated by all and that has been warmly embraced by the local community. Thank you.